Hello everyone, myself Juveria Siddiqa, lecturer in zoology, MGS Government Degree College, Mahbub Nagar. In this session, I am going to discuss about one of the topic from the airborne diseases or the swine flu. Like it is a influenza. In the last previous session, I discussed about the influenza or the commonly called as common flu. That is also a airborne disease, and this is also topic from the diseases which may be transplanted or which may be contaminated, contagious diseases which could be transplanted from the one person to the another person. So now discuss about the swine flu. See here, flu is nothing but again the same thing, the whatever the symptoms which will be occur in the common flu or the seasonal flu like influenza. But here it may be the factor or the vector is the swine flu or that is the pig is the vector. So this is another name or the it is caused by the H1N1. Those the factor is different, but it is the name is given by the that is the swine flu. Here mean the who is the responsible persons, who is the responsible for the diseases from the pig or the that is the animal, and then it affect the humans by a virus. See here the introduction. If we talk about the introduction, swine influenza is a respiratory disease of pig. It is a disease of pig. Swine influenza. Swine means again it is related to the pig only. So here swine influenza means this is the influenza, means it is a respiratory disease like the flu, but disease of pigs. That is a influenza A. It is a type of influenza A type of infection or the respiratory disease which could be happen into the pigs. Sometimes the existing strains of virus combine to form a new subtype, that is the antigenic shift. Okay, it is a virus, it is happens into the it infect the pigs, and it sometimes what happened due to the shift in the antigenic property, due to the shift into that viral nature, the another type of the strains will be happen. In the year of 2009, as we all know, if we remember that in the year of 2000 now there is a pandemic condition now like a coronavirus. At the time also this swine flu influenza it affect the a large group of community into the society for the infection of this type of disease. That is that in the year of 2009, North American swine influenza, North American avian influenza, human influenza, and swine influenza viruses typically found in Asia and Europe restored and formed a new subtype. So these are the different types of the strains will held in the year of 2009 who infect a large group of members in the continent like Asia and the Europe. And what are those type of the infections here? Those are like a North America swine influenza, which is seen into the North America first, and then North American swine, that is from the pig. Here the clearly mention about it is infection by the infection to the pig, and avian influenza like the bird flu. It is by the bird flu. Avian means the bird flu. Again it is also seen into the North American influenza, human influenza, and the swine influenza virus. So these different strains are combined and antigenetically shift will be take place. As a result a new types of strains will occurs. And if we see the history of viruses, the year of origin, in which year which type of virus is happen, and which shows the symptoms regarding to the year. First if we talk about the year of 1890, in the year of 1890 which type of virus is there? That is the H2N8, the subtype. This is the strains of the viruses who infect a large group of like a pandemic disease. 1890, in the year of 1990 the another strain of the virus will be seen, that is the H2N8 virus. In the 19 years, sorry, we can say that is the in the year of 1900, or we can say the 1900 century. Here H3N8, again In the year of 1918, H1N1, as we see, that is from before the 100 year. Now, before the 100 year, the Spanish flu is there. The Spanish flu occurred, that is caused by the H1N1 virus. In the year of again 1957, H2N2 Asian flu. 1968, Hong Kong flu H3N2. 1977, H1N1 Russian influenza virus. These are all the virus is the same, but their strains, the infection capacity may be, the strains, the types, the subtypes may be different. If we talk about the year of 2009, in this decade, we see that in this century, or we can see that in this year of 2009, swine flu happened, that is again by the H1N1, and this H1N1 is same or the similar type of the strain which affect in the year of 1977. It is called as the Russian influenza. And 2013, that is again it will be arise, which could be seen by the birds, that is the H7N9. It is come under the category of avian influenza. So see here, you can see the maybe the duration of a 20 years or by the duration of a 18 years. We can see that every 20 years in the every time of the decade, or the duration of the decades, interval of the decade, the changes will be happen, the changes will occur, or the new strains are growing and they're infecting a society, and which could be arises in some area, which could be originally originated from one area, and that has to be name is given on depend upon their origin itself. Virus is the agent. And who is the agent for this swine flu? If we talk about, it is a viral infection, viral disease which infect the pigs or the swine, and it affect the respiratory system. Arthromyxoviridae family. Here the virus family, the virus belong to the Arthromyxoviridae family, and it is a single stranded RNA like hepatitis A viruses. It is also a single stranded RNA virus, spherical in shape, 80 to 120 nanometer. If we talk about the size, what is the size of these viruses? 80 to 120 nanometer. And who is the host? Host can be any age group persons. They may be children, they may be elders, or they may be the adult persons or the young ones. So here there is not a specific host. They can be affected to any age group. Young children are more preferable, and greater than more than the 65 years, the elder peoples, they may be a risk of getting infection is more. HCWs and the comorbids and the immunocompromised. If the persons have the high immunity power, they can be resist from the infection. Otherwise, the low immunity power person, they could not be survive, or they could not be resist from the infection of these viruses. And why it will be happen? The environmental condition, due to the environmental condition like tropic and the subtropic regions, epidemics occur in the rainy season. When the rainy season means there is a moisture, the humidity will be more, the what we can say, the as a chance of growing the infection will be more. But in the tropical and the subtropical conditions, it could be the infection will be more in the rainy season. And another thing why it is happened, due to the overcrowding, where the so many members are grouped at one place. It is as it is a contagious diseases, as it is a respiratory diseases, so maybe a risk of getting the infection to the large group of number is a thing which is happened here. Mostly affected in the urban and the peri-urban areas. And closed populations, high attack rates will be more, like in the army and the colleges, hospitals and the hostels, and the schools and the residential hostels and the ships where so many members are grouped at or the gather at the one place. So here the so many members are grouped at large number of group members are grouped at one place or one particular area. So the maybe getting infection chance is very high. And see, pig is the creator, means how it is here antigenic shift in the pigs, how the new strains will be happen. See here flu viruses containing genetic materials, and see the first is suppose it is an infection which will be seen into the pig, it is a one strain, it is again combined with the bird strain, and then again combined with the infection which is caused by the viruses or the human strain, and all this mixing up of all the different types of strains, a new strain will be happen. So likewise the infection is take place from the one viruses to the different individuals in the community. Maybe the strains, the maybe the virus is same, but that strains are different who infect in after the duration of like 10 years, the 20 years. So due to the changes of the duration, the new strains will be happens. And you can see how the infection will be occur. This is the bird influenza strain, and this is a pig influenza strain, and as it is enter into the body of pig, the mixing of two influenza strains are the genes of the mixing. As a result, another different new type of the strain will be happen or occur into the pig, and when it is effect to the infection will be spread to the newly formed viruses in the form of newly formed strains, and then finally it infect the group of members who are closely attached or who are closely gathered at the one places. So why and how the new strains will be happen, this is a cycle we can understand by this cycle, which is the virus which is come from the birds, the virus which is come from the pig, both are combined, and as a result a new virus or the new type of virus will happen, and when it is affect our society members, from there again it is influence with a large group of members. So likewise the infection will be spread. And if you see about the viral structure, you can see as it is a single stranded RNA, and it consists of markers, and HEA means in the sense of that is the host cell acceptors like the hyaluronate hemagglutinin, and the NA is nothing but the neuraminidase. So these are the different types of the surface markers, or we can see, and it is look like a ball, the spherical shape, and it consists of the surface. These are all the surface markers which are present on the surface of the viruses. And what is the mode of transmission? How it could be transmit from the one person to the another person? What is the mode of transmission? As it is airborne disease. So here the medium is the airborne disease, and direct by the airborne, directly it could be transmitted by the air, as the air is the medium. Indirect procedures like the objects, if any person who is infected with this, if he touch any objects or the common objects which is used by the so many group of members, and then by the formalities and by the clothes contacts or any persons who are close contact with the infection person. So likewise the swine flu may be spread or the transmitted from the one person to the other person. So first of all, the mode of transmission, it is take place by the two ways. One is the direct way, another one is the indirect way. And then what is the incubation period? 1 to 4 days, that is shedding before onset of symptoms, peak on first day of the symptoms. So when the symptoms will be seen, symptoms will be seen within the 4 days, and first day the symptoms are high. Period of communication, see here in the adults community, how it could be to transport from that community from the one person to the another person. In the adult it could be transplanted, it could be transferred from the 4 to 6 days. In the children it takes maybe the 4 months, it takes a long period of for the transmission. But if here for the communication for the adults it could be like 4 to 6 days. What are the clinical features or the symptoms? If we talk about the symptoms, sudden rapid onset of fever. What happens here? Fever and chills is there, body ache, the total body pains are there, sore throat are there, non-productive cough, runny nose, continuous nose will be running, headaches, and gastrointestinal symptoms, GI symptoms, muscles, and inflammation means edema is there, swelling is there into the body. And what is the, how could be diagnosis are the findings? Fever may be more than 100 degrees centigrade. It could be like 106 till the 106 degree Fahrenheit, and it is stay for 3 days. And face become flushy and puffy face, skin become hot and moist, eyes become watery and reddened, ear or otitis means sound, ear become the like dimmy sounds are there which is come from the ears. And then what are the another nose? How can we see that nose? The person who is infected from the swine flu, nasal continuous running nose is there, nasal discharge, mucous membrane hyperemic, and cervical LN enlargement into the children. So these are all the symptoms which could be happens due to the infection by swine flu viruses. And another examples, if we see the symptoms, what are the symptoms? That is the first thing. If we say about the symptoms, psychological, like lack of appetite, psychological symptom, the patient feel like that why the diseases happens to me, maybe the psychological pressure, maybe the stress is there, and lack of appetite, there is no mean of any feeling, any eating, hungriness is not there, and systemic, that is the fever and lethargy, nasopharyngeal, running nose, and the sore throat means continuous running nose is there and sore throat is there, so there is not willing to eat any type of the food. And respiratory problems regarding to the coughing as it affect into the lungs. Muscles, again the muscle pain, gastric problems like the nausea and the vomiting like sensations. Joints, joint pains, indigestional or the intestinal problems like the diarrhea. So systemic symptoms are there, one particular organ show related to the different symptoms. What are the investigation? How can one could be confined or define the so and so persons is supposed to infected with the swine flu? How the detection will be occur? The detection will be take place by the rapid test or the PCR test, RT or by the PCR within the 4 hours, or isolation of virus in the culture or fourfold rise in virus specific neutralization. So here for the identification of the virus test, isolation of virus into culture means they have to take the samples from the individuals who are suffering from the virus. By taking that sample they could be grow into the culture. When the virus growth will be there, then they could be identified that so and so growth of a colony of that viruses or the bacteria will be here by implementation, by taking place or by the doing such type of identification, one could be investigate that it may be an infection which is caused by the swine flu. And how the sample collection, samples are collected from the swabs from the nasopharyngeals and throat and the nasal swabs is the process where by removal of internal mucous membrane from the nasal region and from the oral region. Tracheal aspirates like the incubate, and then before administration of antiviral drugs, 4 degrees centigrade in the viral transport media within 24 hours. If it is not possible, it is the store at minus 70 degrees centigrade. So here the incubation is also a technique where the growth of a or the culturing of the viruses will be done. As a result, the presence of virus will be detected. And what are the categorization? What are the different categories where the symptoms and the strains and the disease could be distinguished or the separated? See here the features. If we talk about the feature or the managements, In the A, if you categorize it about the fever into the A, B, C categories, easy to understand the symptoms which could be seen into the different persons. By the A, mild fever plus cough are the sore throat. In the case A, the symptoms are like mild fever, cough and the sore throat, body pains, headache and diarrhea, vomiting. How it could be managements like no testing does not require, only ophthalmologist not require, monitor and releases 24 hours. Then cat A plus any of the higher grade fever, severe that is the sore throat, children with the predisposing factor, pregnant women and then greater than 65 are the elder peoples who is the more than age than 65, they may be a risk of getting the infection more. And category B and the plus one or more breathlessness, chest pain. Here the persons who are suffer from the somewhat severe conditions, they have the chest pain, drowsiness and hypotension, and then children with the some that is the someless or the high in the persistent fever, immorbid to the fever. In the case B, in the situation B, there is no means of any particular management for the any type of drugs is necessary. No testing, home isolation. The persons who are infected with the disease, they have to be stay at home only, and testing is not done. Ostalmir need the drug or the tablets like the Ostalmir, broad spectrum and the antibiotics of CAP. In the last case, testing is important, immediate important, and then immediate hospitalization and the treatment is important. So these are the condition in which condition the treatment is necessary for the persons or the patient who is suffer from this swine flu. And see here how the infection will be, that is spreading. First of all, infection control and measures. Ostalmir is a drug, and supportive therapy by doing the family members, they have to support the patient, and then ventilator protocol. It is the last stage where they need the ventilator if the respiratory problem is more severe, and then discharge policies after the renewal, or we can say after the improvement of the growth and the health improvement, they could be discharged from the hospital. And then what are the prevention and the control measures for the swine flu? Frequent hand washing. Here the best way for the prevention of any type of diseases is the hand wash. Personal and the contact means when what happen if they are want to meet any person, first of all they have to go and clean their hands or wash their hands. Cough equities and maintain the arm's length distance from the others. Dedicated donor nurses and the paracetamol workers. Portable X-ray machines, ventilator, large oxygen cylinder, and then pulse oximeter and the other supportive equipment should be ready when the doctor is there, and then adequate infections and the medications. So instead of that, they have to give some type of drugs, and by this the treatment will become easy. And what is the another one? That is the use of face mask. That is the preventive measures, use of face masks. Now also in this situation like the COVID-19 scenario, so many members are wearing masks. That is the only best way to avoid from this type of viral infection. They are even avoiding to shake hands to the each other. Isolation rooms or beds are one more apart. All those entering rooms, water is protective gear. Prophylaxis to the healthcare personnel, waste disposal in the biohazard labeled bags. And other preventive measures are like use of mask. Now in this scenario also we are using mask to prevent from the corona or the COVID-19. Here also, as it is an again airborne disease, the prevention is done by the wearing mask. Triple layer face mask, what is that? It is a screening area, isolation ward, where we can use this type of mask for the triple mask. Mortuary and then ambulance and the community surveillance, contact tracing, security personnel, and it is useful for the 6 hours, not reuse. It is a triple triple layer mask. Whereas N95 mask, where and how we can use in the isolation wards, means the persons who are infected from the infection, they could be used this N95 mask, and generating the procedures like the suction and the intubation and the nebulization. So this is the processes. The persons who work on this category, they have to use the N95 mask, and the persons who work in the ICUs, laboratory personnels, that is the expiration value. So here the persons are the need for to wear the N95 mask. And drugs which are treatment for the swine flu, like the oseltamivir, that is the Tamiflu, neuraminidase NA inhibitor. This is a NA inhibitor drug. NA is the reason for the happens of, that is the swine flu. The drug should be given as BD dose for the 5 days. For the adult, it depend upon the weight, like 50 kilogram 30 mg dose, 24 grams or 60 mg dose, and 40 kilogram like 75 mg dose. And in the infants, like the age group of less than 3 months, 12 mg drugs, and then 3 months to 4 months, like 20 mg, 6 to 11 months to again 25 mg. What are the other drugs which is useful for the treatment from this swine flu? Zanamivir, that is the Relenza, dry powder inhalation. It is the powdery substances as a drug for the inhalation, not effective in children, asthmatics. It is not useful for the persons who has the asthma. And then Peramivir, that is the Rapivam, that is the Rapicta Permiflu, only intravenous. It is a like injection like drugs for the swine flu. FDA approved for the adults, single dose of 600 mg given. M2 inhibitors, that is the amantadine, rimantadine, develop the resistance, no longer recommended by the CDCs. That is the Lanamivir, that is the phase 3 trials approved in the Japanese. So this is also another drug which would be help for the treatment from the swine flu. Rather than the drugs, what could be the processes from where one can be prevent from the spread of the disease? Those are all come under into the supportive therapy, like fluids, taking of fluid, and then paranasal nutrition, and then oxygen, ventilator support, antibiotic, vasopressor, shocks. These are all the things. And PCM, like the drugs ibuprofen, paracetamol, for malaria, myalgia, headaches. Are there plenty of using of foods or the fluids? And the SpO2 is less than 90%, and oxygen partial pressure, how much it should be? High dose of corticosteroids should be high. Low dose for the hydrosteroids. And lastly, that is the vaccines. This is the treatment from the prevention from the infection of viral infection, like the other diseases. It is also useful for taking of vaccination, like the periauthorized group, like healthcare workers who give the vaccination, who is responsible for the to check out the healthcare of the community, like healthcare workers, medical and the paramedical staffs in the casualty, ICU and the isolation wards, screening centers. All pregnant women, they have to be used for the vaccine against this viruses for the swine flu. Any person who has the chronic illness, and greater than 65 years persons are the more age persons, and the young ones, children's, take about 2 to 3 weeks of the develop immunity, administered at least 1 month prior to the commencement of season. Any seasonal changes there, before that only they go for the injection or the drug to commencement over the any seasonal changes. So I think this is end up with you. I try to explain all the topics regarding to the swine flu. What is the introduction for the swine flu? What is the factor, agent factor, who is the pathogen, and how can it will be spread from that one person to the another persons? What is the treatments? What are the drugs? How can we prevent from the infection from this swine flu? And by this I end up with this topic. I hope you understand. Thank you for listening.